Hey everybody, it's Steven. I'm a first year PA student and I began my PA school journey last summer. So I am in semester 3 right now and I'm getting started a little late. This is my first weekly blog. I just kind of wanted to document my time in PA school. And so we started in the second half of the summer semester of 2020, and then we had a full fall semester, and now I'm close to halfway through, which is crazy, my spring semester. And I just wrote a few notes here about my week. I just wanted to share what I kind of been up to this week. So this week, right now, in our medicine section, so we have different classes. We have classes that teach us kind of pathophysiology and treatments and diagnoses and labs, stuff like that. There's classes that teach us about documentation, classes that teach us how to interact with patients. We have an EKG lab going on right now, which is a difficult class for sure. That's something that if you're waiting on going to PA school and you're just at work, maybe just ask some of the EKG techs, or like the people who look at the EKGs, kind of just explain what they do, because that's a tough one and it's hard to learn that all in PA school. Anyway, I digress. So right now in medicine, we're learning about women's health, which is awesome and hard because I definitely feel like as a male, I know nothing about women's health whatsoever. And one thing that's kind of unfortunate is here in the United States, there's kind of this stigma about women's health, especially in more of the rural communities where it's just something people don't talk about, which is very unfortunate because the more you know, the better you do with anything, especially healthcare. But I think recently, in the changing times, we've kind of been moving away from that stigma, which I'm really happy about. So like now, for example, I can get a whole week of info and 17 lectures from physicians and PAs and people who are experts in women's health, whereas, 50 years ago, maybe it would have been another guy telling me about women's health and being very clinical about it. And I feel like right now I really get to dive in to the subject and learn about it, which is awesome. We also, this past week, had our encounters where we get to practice the gynecology exams, as well as the GU exams for males as well, and that was really interesting. We had some amazing teachers for that. That was a really cool experience. Was definitely nervous going into it. Something to look forward to, though, if you're a PA student or a med student, or any student that gets to do those exams. I also had a clinic shift. So we have, tied to our PA school, we have, and med school, we have a free clinic that operates, and I worked a shift yesterday with one of my friends from my class. And I love the clinic shifts because when I'm struggling to memorize, the 5 criteria to diagnose bacterial endocarditis or something, and I just don't feel like doing it anymore, and I'd much rather just go work out or play something like a game with my friends or cry, honestly. Doing a shift at the clinic is really kind of what keeps me going, because I get to see this patient. They're worried, they have something going on with them, they talk to me about it, and I know what to ask, I know what's going on, and I get to help them through it, and that's such an awesome feeling. Yesterday, however, we had no patients, so I just kind of hung out. I hung out with one of the girls in my class, and we just talked, and it was Spanish night, and I don't really speak Spanish, but she did, so I kind of talked to her a little bit. She let me practice some Spanish with her, so that was really cool. Another thing that I had written down was that when I'm at my clinic shifts, it reminds me that I need to keep studying, because what happens is you present your patient to the attending, whether it's a physician or a PA or a resident, and they will pimp you, which just means they ask you questions about the condition, the treatment, the labs, the signs and symptoms. And it's really nice when you know the answers to those questions. It's not as fun when you don't know the answers. So that kind of gives me some motivation for studying. So also this past weekend was Valentine's Day, as I hope all of you guys had a great Valentine's Day. I got to spend time with my girlfriend, which is very important in PA school, to spend time with your loved ones. PA school can feel like the only thing you got going on when you have class, from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., and then you got to study for exams, or you have clinic shifts, or you have assignments due, or you have involvement that you do. But it's super important to remember that you still have so much of your life. And one reason why a lot of people go into PA instead of med school, for example, is this at least perceived notion that PAs have a better work-life balance. And I've seen it in my practice, that PAs have an amazing work-life balance, and the time to practice that is not once you become a certified PA, it's while you're in PA school. Yeah, so like my program is pass-fail, which is awesome because I feel like most PA students are those ambitious types who want to get a 100 on everything, because we have to get the best GPA and the best involvement and be the best to get into PA school. But once you're in PA school, at this point it's just about doing well and studying for your patients and passing and keeping the rest of your life going so that you can keep your mental health healthy. So I'm really happy that I got to spend time with my girlfriend this past weekend and have a good Valentine's Day with her. I also signed up for my COVID vaccine, which is tomorrow, and I'm super excited, a little nervous because, there's all this controversy over the vaccine, but I think once you look into it and if you can get some good research on it, it looks really awesome, and I'm really excited to get vaccinated because I've managed, luckily, to stay healthy throughout this pandemic, and I'm hoping that I get this vaccine and then I can, go on about my practice and about my life worry-free. I'll still have to be safe. I'll still wear my masks and wash my hands and sanitize, but it's an awesome opportunity. I'm very excited. So anyway, that's my week. That's kind of what I did this week. What did you guys do this week? Write down below on the comments section. I'll try to respond. But thanks for listening. All right. Bye now.